Sidney.
I'm Maddie.
And I'm Lindsey.
And today we're going to cook baked ziti and a dessert with some ingredients you can find in your dorm room.
So we're going to get started.
This is what you will need.
A box of pasta,
Cooking spray,
some shredded mozzarella cheese,
a disposable silver tray,
some saltines, unsalted or original, whatever kind works,
butterscotch and chocolate,
some tomato sauce,
butter,
dark brown sugar,
oven mitt.
and a pot to cook the pasta in.
That's it.
So first thing you want to do for the ziti is put the pasta in a pot on the stove and boil it. So we're going to do that now.
We're going to add more water to the pot. Get some fun stuff. All right.
It might get heavy.
Make sure that it covers the pasta completely.
That little second.
Okay, then you're going to put it back on the stove to cook.
While that's happening, you're going to lay out crackers on our tray.
The tray.
So here's the tray.
Wrapped in tinfoil.
Okay, so we're laying out these crackers on the tray. Oh, we can't feel it. Here we go. These crackers.
Oh, go for it.
Lay them out 5 in a row.
Make sure
It's
you
okay if
put,
they overlap.
5 in a row.
If they're saltines, but you can use any kind you want.
just make sure that they cover the whole tray.
You might get a little scared because there's so many types of saltines. But
Don't get like the hint of lime or whatever, just the original will work.
Salted is the best.
bam.
Did we get salted?
I think so. They look salty.
You have original. I have topped with sea salt. Everything will work.
Get as many crackers on there as possible. It's okay if they tend to overlap, even though it looks annoying.
Okay. So by the time you're done,
It's about a sleeve of crackers. You have to go to the pot and stir the pasta with a plastic spoon.
Because you live in a dorm.
before cooking the ziti, make sure you preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. While the pasta is boiling, continuously stir it so nothing gets stuck to the bottom of the pan.
And now that we cooked the pasta, it's time to strain it.
I know, I'm afraid.
Careful, because it may be hot.
Don't forget about the stragglers. There's a tube left. There's gonna bother me.
Okay, I'll get them out. Right, that's the point of a strainer.
Okay, so shake the pasta in the strainer to get all the extra water out. Pour it into your disposable baking pan. Okay, there we go. But before you do this, you might want to sprinkle some cheese on top of the pasta so that it's like kind of layered between cheeses and sauce.
Okay. So, you sprinkle generously. It's very stringy cheese we got here. It's good mozzarella cheese.
Don't use the whole bag for this part because you're going to want to put some on the top.
Oh, it's really good right there. Yeah.
Okay, so now once you put a layer of cheese on, you're going to put some pasta sauce on it, tomato sauce.
This is just a personal preference, however much you want.
Kind of spread it around a little bit.
You like a lot of sauce? Get out of life what you put into it, like our baked ziti.
Okay, so for this, you want the pasta pretty much all covered with sauce so that it's not like bare on one side. Okay, so then once it's covered in sauce, you're going to put it in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how cooked you want the sauce. And then once it comes out, after 10 minutes, you're gonna put a little bit more cheese on it, and then put it back in the oven just to melt the cheese on top.
What time is it?
Okay.
In 2 sticks of butter to make the coating for the candy.
You're also gonna add the whole package of brown sugar to the butter. You don't have to wait for it to melt before or anything.
And make sure you watch it. It'll make a caramel.
And you just kind of like mash up the brown sugar and stir it around until it's all melted together. You should set the heat on medium when you do it so it doesn't burn but doesn't take a long time. Now you're gonna quickly pour the caramel onto the saltines.
Little butter, baby. And you're gonna want to spread it out.
Oops.
Looks yummy. You should smell it here. Smells scrumptious. Making me hungry.
All right, we're good.
So now would be a good time to to check on the pasta and see how that's going.
And at the same time, put our dessert in the oven after the oven mitt is with me.
The pasta can stay in for a little bit longer.
And we're gonna put this in the oven for about 1.5 minutes so the caramel can melt onto the saltines.
Now that it's about a minute and a half, you should take the caramel and crackers out of the oven.
You should have an oven.
Now, using butterscotch and chocolate morsels, we will pour them onto the tray. And then we have to spread them around.
Then we'll eat some.
Yeah, there will be leftovers in the bag.
Should I touch it? Just hold on, touch it.
Now, oh, that will melt. Thank you. Okay, now we put it back in the oven for another 2 minutes to let this melt, and then we'll spread it, and it will spread evenly with the chocolate.
So now we're gonna put some more cheese on top of the ziti, just so we have a nice melted cheese layer on top. And we're also gonna take the dessert out of the oven because the chocolate chips and butterscotch chips have melted. Will that work?
Yeah. Think about that.
Okay, so now we're gonna sprinkle cheese on top.
Also mix the morsels. So we're spreading the morsels to become chocolatey.
It looks so
It looks like what I dream about.
You're probably gonna use the rest of the bag of shredded cheese on the top of it.
Oh my god, someone better lick that spoon. It's not gonna be me.
So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the ziti back in the oven for a little while and just like kind of keep an eye on it because you just want the cheese to melt on the top. You don't want it to cook anymore because then it'll be overcooked.
We are now moving this into a fridge so it can harden for an hour.
Meanwhile, we're gonna check on the cheese to make sure it's doing all right.
And the leftover chocolate chips. Oh my god.
It's not quite melted all the way yet, so just let it sit for a little while.
The cheese is now melted onto the pasta and is ready to be taken out.
Yeah.
Hey.
The end. I hope you liked our meal.